The position in the professional omnium after 2 events, the 10-kilometre scratch and the 10-kilometre points. Leading is Nick Barnes with 7. Second is Alistair Wood with 8, tying with Paul Curran. Third is John Walshaw with 9, tying with Gary Coltman. And in full spot with 12 points is Colin Sturgis. So we now move to the 2-kilometre sprint. And this is the B final. We've had 2 heats with all the competitors in, and this is to segregate them into 2 different events. And the competitors in the first event are Gary Baker, Bernie Burns, Paul Curran, Steve Jones, Dave Miller, Darrell Webster and Alistair Wood. And I must admit that Alistair Wood was a little unlucky in his heat when he was engaged in a violent switch when Dave Miller literally took his front wheel away. But that's how it goes in professional racing. 6 laps of the track, 2 kilometres, and this is a straight sprint. So there they are, all at the top of the track. Gary Baker at the front. Webster in second place, Jones third. And Wood in the pink, just closing up a little bit. Remember, this is the minor final. And the top final will follow this. So the points available in this event, the winner will get 7 added to his tally, down to 14. And when they ride in the top final, it'll be points available from 1 right through to the last rider, 6. So if anybody here in this minor final wants to get through to the top 8 to contest the last event, the kilometre, they certainly would be looking for the #1 spot in this event. For only the top 8 competitors ride in the 1,000-metre time trial. Well, an attack developing with 2 laps to go. It's coming from Gary Baker, first-year professional, comes from Essex, and Baker is enjoying himself. Having a good afternoon. Mentioned a little early, never ridden on the track before, but he's certainly adapting very well. Paul Curran then trying to close the gap down. Wood in 3rd place, and sitting on his wheel is Burns. Webster in 5th, Jones 6th, and right at the back of the moment, with all the work to do if he wants to place here, is Dave Miller, a former champion at this discipline. And Miller's the man that found a gap. That was quite magnificent, wasn't it? Spectacular. Miller saw the gap, he didn't need a second invitation, he went straight through. And Miller now leading the charge for the line. On his wheel is Curran, Woods in 3rd spot, and looks very much to me a little bit of switching and boring there, but it's Miller that takes top spot there. 2nd place was Paul Curran, 3rd was Alistair Wood in pink, and Wood pushes Curran away. And I think he had a quiet word with him there, but there was no mistaking the winner then of the minor final. That was Dave Miller. So we're just into the last lap. Gary Baker's effort has now been wiped out. There's the gap developing, you can see. Miller, the more experienced track rider, he went straight through it, never hesitated. Curran tries to latch onto his wheel, but Miller, the quicker of the two, and you can see that Curran is closing, but trying to get over the outside, of course, is a hard task. Wood in pink looks as though he's trying to get through the middle here. But of course the gap just doesn't open, and Miller drives on to win with 2nd place to Curran and 3rd to Wood. And so now it is the senior final, if you like, or the final for the leading contenders after the 2-kilometre heats. The A final. Competitors in this are 412 Nick Barnes, 417 Gary Coltman, 423 Keith Reynolds, 436 Colin Sturgis, 4.27, John Walshaw, and 4.29, Russell Williams. Remember, the winner then of the major final here will take 1 point, and the last rider will take 6. Well, Sturgis looks rather eager to get on with the business, and I thought that he was going to try and take off. In fact, that's just what he is trying to do. What an incredible man he is, Colin Sturgis. Absolutely full of energy, and definitely a hot prospect for a medal in the forthcoming World Championships after his brilliant pursuit riding earlier this week. So Sturgis' style of pursuiting, where he gets quicker and quicker over the closing stages, has definitely adapted well to the pro pursuit, which is 1 kilometre longer than the amateur 4,000-metre distance. And I think there's a lot more to come from Sturgis when he gets over to the World Championships in Lyon. So just one more event then left in this Omnium after this sprint, as I said a little earlier, and that of course is the dreaded 1 kilometre time trial against the clock. Nobody to help you at all from a standing start, and it's only for the top 8 at the end of this third race in the Pro Omnium. So 3 laps to go. Keith Reynolds at the front.